Hello, my name is Lachlan St. Clair and I'm the principal here at CSP. And today I'd like to take you through the first of a series of 3 videos about how we manage money, and in particular pension money, for people who have moved into retirement with their superannuation savings. Part 1 of this video, we concentrate on something that we call the conundrum. And it's an issue that we think most people who walk through our door face. Either they understand it or they don't, but it does lead to a freeze in the investment decision-making process. And I suppose at CSP here, we're experts at trying to unravel that conundrum and show people how to build an investment strategy. So let's take you through the first section. Just unfortunately some maths to start off with, but when you get to age 65, most people generally take around about 5% of their superannuation balance as an income stream. So if you've got $1 million in superannuation, you might start with a figure of around about $50,000 a year in terms of income. Now, if you're drawing 5% out of that superannuation balance, and let's say inflation is running at 2%, you need a return of around about 7% or so in order for your investment over time to replace the money that you're drawing out of it, so that it lasts you for a long period of time. The problem that we have at the moment is that you can't get a return even close to 7% if you sit in things like term deposits and cash. You know, if you're doing well with a term deposit at the moment, you might be getting 2.5, 2.6% if you're lucky, but you're absolutely nowhere near the 7% figure that you need in order to set your superannuation up so that it's going to be sustainable over the long term. And what this means is that you need to introduce other assets into your superannuation in order to boost the return. And in particular, you usually need a fairly reasonable component of shares. Now, the problem with shares, of course, is that they can be volatile and they can really move around a significant amount. You know, share portfolio can lose 50% of value. You know, we lost 50% during the GFC. We lost 50% during the 1987 crash. We lost 40% in the 1980s, early 1980s, and we lost another 50% in the 1970s. So losing 50% in the short term in the equity market is not an unusual thing. And so the problem that you get is for when you moved into retirement and you have this perception that this is all I've got and I can't afford to lose any money, that it's very hard to take the risk with that part of the portfolio. So, you know, although you know you need the return, you can't afford to take the risk. And that's the conundrum that we're talking about. You know, how do we get a return of 7% without taking risk, or with managing the risk, I suppose, is more the issue. So join us for our second video where we'll show you how to unlock this conundrum and how you can then move on to develop an investment strategy for your superannuation. See you soon.